Hello, friends. It's Sunshine Sparkle, the Yoga Witch, otherwise known as Samantha, coming at you with Tarot Tuesdays on a Wednesday. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I had a migraine all day, so Tarot Tuesday on a Wednesday. So I would like for you to think about a question or an intention for this reading, this little energetic check-in, whatever it might be. It can be really simple. It doesn't have to be anything super elaborate. Just allowing any intention or question to come forward and present itself, make itself known to you. All right. Okay, first we have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is someone who is very curious about the environment that he lives in. The Page of Pentacles likes to play. He's very enthusiastic about being comfortable in his environment and learning from and about his environment. So, yeah, it's important for us to remember to have fun in our lives and to make sure that we're surrounded by things that make us feel good, and surround yourself with things that inspire you to keep learning and to keep growing. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like with this combination of cards here, so it's very earthy energy so far, with pentacles, relating to earth. And I feel like it might be suggesting that if there's anything that has been keeping you feeling stuck or feeling heavy, right now might be a good time for you to begin to invite that curiosity and that playfulness into your life. And if there's any area where you're feeling particularly stuck, then it's also important that we can find new perspectives sometimes. And it's also important to remember that sometimes it takes work to really allow our new perspectives and new beliefs that we are working on to take hold. It's not like overnight we're just gonna have this new belief and we're like automatically healed from all of our past trauma and past conditioning. No, these things take practice and consistent practice, and they also take forgiveness for when you fuck up and you make mistakes. That's part of it. So just really like connecting with that aspect of yourself that is forgiving and nurturing, and allowing yourself to nurture that creative feeling and that creative inspiration inside of you. And if you're in a situation in which you feel like you have no creative outlet, or you're just feeling stuck, like I mentioned before, then just really taking the steps necessary to help yourself to feel better and so that you can begin to thrive. And then the Page of Swords, reversed. Okay, so swords represent air, which relates to the mind. And the Page of Swords, reversed, to me, symbolizes someone who might be having a lot of like mental activity, and it could be a lot of thoughts of worry and a lot of like anxious thoughts, or even like that critical voice of doubt might have a stronger hold on that person than it should have, really. You know, we all have that critical voice, that doubtful voice inside of our heads, but you don't have to listen to it. It's important to remember that this voice is ultimately coming from a part of you that is trying to protect yourself, but ultimately, that voice is expressing some fears and some old limiting beliefs that probably don't benefit you anymore. They used to benefit you when you first had to develop that belief, but now you might be at a state in your life where you can begin to let go of it and start to be more comfortable with inviting in a new energy. So, for instance, you know, you might think like that you never do enough, or you might think that you're not good enough, but that's not true. It's not. Just you and your existence and your true authenticity, you are enough. And it's important that we can like sit with ourselves and just allow ourselves to soak in that feeling of enoughness, or whatever it might be for you, you know. And it's really something, like I mentioned before, that takes a lot of practice and consistent effort to be able to change these beliefs and like rewire our thinking and our brains, so that we begin to move away from listening to that critical, doubtful voice, and so that we can cultivate more self-love and nurturing. But like I was saying, it's when you do hear that voice of doubt, you don't need to harshly put it away, like, oh, pff, whatever. But rather than being like that, you might notice, like, acknowledge your fears, because it is you. It's part of you. It's coming from a part of you. And, like, you can remind yourself that your fears are valid, but you are in a place now where you do not have to listen to that voice of doubt. You can trust yourself. And trusting, you know, when we're trusting, it's important to remember that trust does not necessarily mean that doubt is not present. Trust is about taking a leap of faith. So, really just taking that leap of faith in yourself and in the universe around you. Alright, so I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. Just pulling a few extra cards. Whereas the other few videos, I only pulled 3 cards total. This time I think I'm going to pull 5. So I got 3 tarot cards, and I'll pull 2 of my butterfly affirmations cards. And these are just going to give us some affirmations that might help us to carry us through the situation with whatever your intention or your question was. And these are all just suggestions. You know, you don't have to take anything I say to heart if you don't want to. But if any of it resonates with you, then take that, leave the rest. Alrighty. I make a positive difference in the world, even with my smile and words. Awesome. And with this, I just kind of want to say, like, it's important to remember and to realize that everything that we do has an effect on ourselves, and that effect, even if it's just an inward thing that we might even be like thinking about, that thought, that action, everything, it ripples outward into the whole universe. So everything you do, everything you think, does not affect only you. It affects everyone, everywhere, even the aliens at the opposite end of this universe. I soothe away anxiety and stress by choosing to do things that help me relax. All right. Awesome. Yeah, so just choosing to do the things that help you feel good. And I'm not talking about guilty pleasures, although, you know, it's okay to give in to your guilty pleasures, but don't do it so often that you're feeling more guilty than pleasureful. You know what is right for you, and you know when you are doing something too much. So just be real with yourself about what is a healthy amount of something for you and what might be too much or too little. Yeah, so to sum it up, I'd say just feeling comfortable in your environment, and both inner and outer environments, and doing the things that are necessary for you to feel that comfortability. Is that a word? That comfortableness. Alright, so thank you for watching. If you would like to subscribe, follow, like, comment, whatever. If you have any questions, if you have anything you'd like to say, or if you have any feedback, I am open to feedback. Just don't be an asshole about it, which I'm, you know, hopefully you won't be, but whatever. Have a wonderful rest of your week. This has been Tarot Tuesdays on a Wednesday with Sunshine Sparkle.